All right, let's go ahead and get started and see if anyone else shows up. I see, Michael, you've written yourself down as a dedicated note taker.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and hop right into RFCs then. All right, let's start from the bottom and work our way up with open RFCs. We have uh, add RFC to unify log output. I still don't know that I've actually, there's been a, oh, here, there has been a response. It's 2 weeks ago. I haven't taken a lot. I haven't had a chance to take a look at this. Uh, I think that I just need to read through this and see what he's talking about. Obviously, been a little busy.
Okay.
So I'll try and take a look at this after this meeting. Next up we have please propose following uh, every Ubuntu LTS. This appears to have some unresolved questions from Dan. So I need to go through and read those and give those a nudge as well. That should be relatively easy, but yeah, it appears to be mostly unresolved stuff from Dan.
Because he was the proposer, wasn't he too? Or
I thought it
maybe
was
not.
Yawn.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, okay.
So I would like to see these addressed or resolved in some way before we stamp approval on it. Okay. Then we have proposed to manage project status. And it appears that there's been some actual back and forth on this relatively recently, i.e., sort of within the last month. Um, I'm not super involved or up to date on this. Maybe that's an issue, maybe it's not. But it
Yeah, I
appears
mean, I
that
don't know that you need to drive all of these, right? Like this was proposed by
it's proposed by Jan again.
Jan, right? So like I think, there in the discussion back and forth, my take is like there was like I kind of commented in terms of like naming or whatever, but like at the end it's kind of like, yeah, okay, so tiers make sense. So
Yeah,
just kind of like maybe on Yan or Dan or Dan to say, okay, let's move forward with X, right?
yes. I think I agree with the overall sentiment as well that we want to be able to better indicate the level of support for our given products because I think that there are some that we might have gotten a little bit over our skis on in terms of getting them out there and we had a base of support but then no sort of user base to support the continued support, I guess. Or if we did have a user base, they're not particularly vocal, or just trying to be more transparent and understanding, or trying to be more transparent on how we're supporting things. I think I agree with the underlying principle of
I think
that.
I can also see that like, things can change over time. At
Yeah.
some point in time, we have active contributors and maintainers, but 2 years from now, who knows, right? So it kind of makes sense to like unless there's some level of commitment to maintain things, which I don't think there is necessarily, right? It's you can then say, well, okay, this is in the cycle where we don't have any maintainers, right? And
Yeah. I
therefore
think
it's
that makes
just
sense.
not really moving forward. And if it's really important to you, get involved, right?
If it really, yeah, and what the guarantees that we have out of that, I think are important because maybe all someone does want is the latest, X releases out and make sure that it gets, relatively decent security patches or something like that, right? Like that's all that they care about.
Yeah.
All right. And then finally, RFC to promote the UBI stack. This is my bad. I need to take a look at this and uh get some eyes on it and look over it. I
I
just
think there was a good question on like how do we promote it? But yeah, and I see there actually was one there. I hadn't seen his response. That was just yesterday. Like, it's okay. So like there's a place we could do a blog post. So yeah, okay, I'll answer that one.
yeah. I need to take a quick second to look over this. I don't think that frankly, I don't think that I have any uh hangups on this. Y'all are doing almost not almost, you're doing all the maintenance on this, so I have no qualms if that is going to continue. So I just need to actually look at the proposal and make sure you haven't, put an insane stipulation in there that makes me pause, but I don't think that you have.
Yep. No, I hopefully there shouldn't be any surprises.
Yeah. Okay, so in that case, I need to look at these two more closely. So I'll try and do that. Do you have any questions on any open RFCs? Do you have anything that you'd like to press on any of these?
No, I don't think anything cost us anything else on open RF, like specific to the open RFCs. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, like we have, I mean, there are plenty of RFCs that we need. I mean, my concern is like who's going to implement all these, for example. But yeah, this is not related to these specific RFCs anyway. So
Sounds good. Let's go ahead and move on then with CMB updates and questions. I don't have any, to be frank with you.
Me neither.
And then project updates. I also don't have any project updates.
I think the only thing we could add is like Costas is still making good progress and probably leads into the next one in terms of the multi-arch for Node. Just could use some help in terms of like there's some PRs for GitHub config to some of the flows. So like we added multi-arch for npm install, I think it is.
Okay.
But that required like a bunch of changes to the workflows, backwards compatible, so they should be fine to go in GitHub config. But we don't want to add we don't want to like add all those changes into all the other node ones. So we're kind of waiting on trying to get some of that into GitHub config to then turn it on for like the next 5 or 6 build packs, which should then be pretty simple because like all the infrastructure is there.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I haven't
ahead.
opened the PRs yet.
Okay.
But I will do it soon because just want to. There's one issue on not on npm install, but in other. Anyway, so I will open the PR soon. Um, but I think another good thing would be to land some PRs on the stacks that we have opened for Noble Stack, and and if everything goes well, then we can open the PRs on Noble Buildpackless stack, which does not have a release at all. So yeah, if you have any like authority on merging these, uh, it would be nice. I mean, Noble Stack is also a priority. I will open the PR on the GitHub config once I test some other things. But the stacks, I think, it's a priority in many ways. Like we need the release for the Noble build packless, and it's good to have also a multi-arc for supported for Noble, and yeah, that's it. And if something goes wrong, I promise that it's gonna be the first thing that I'm gonna do, like to patch it and fix it. That's it.
Yeah, I can absolutely I can see if I can find someone to take a look. I will say that if you're looking for a steering committee member that would also be able to help you, I know that Jan is very much invested in the Noble work. Not saying that I'm not invested, but he's, the one that was driving out that workflow. So I think that I think he probably has more time to get to those kind of concerns faster than I
Yeah,
am at this time.
he's
My
positively inclined into this one, but yeah, I will ping him again maybe.
Yeah,
Sounds
I mean that would be the only thing that I would call out, just because my some of my time has been limited recently, and I haven't been able to work as
Yeah,
closely
yeah,
on this
yeah.
as I would
Okay,
like. So
makes sense.
I don't want to be your roadblock, trying
good.
to point out another person that you can go tap. So yeah, once you if you could send me the PRs in Noble, that would be appreciated. I can send them to relevant parties and see if I can get those
Yeah,
looked at.
yeah. This one also will help, I think. So
Yeah,
I will send
yeah,
you the PRs on Slack.
that's a
Yeah, I
good point
appreciate
because
that.
they're really a different set. Like those are the set that the stacks will need, and we've tested them out for the UBI stack, but we thought getting them into Noble first before being in the GitHub config would be better. Versus the other ones I mentioned are more build pack specific and I think little lower risk. So that's why we put the PRs in GitHub config directly.
Makes sense. Awesome. Is there anything else that y'all would like to talk to me about, or anything else you'd like to hear from me?
Not me.
No, no, no. You're
Great.
good.
Okay.
In that case, then, I appreciate you both.
Yep. Thanks.
See ya.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.